Hello happy souls, welcome back to my channel. This is Charlotte with Happy Twins 1111. So I'm doing the star signs for you over the next couple of days, guys. We're going to start off with Pisces with this one today, water signs first. But before I begin, welcome to all of my new subscribers. It's been such a crazy intense week for me in terms of growth, because one of my videos, I think it was the channeled messages from your person video, kind of just went viral, and it's up to like 29,000 hits or something crazy, which has never happened before. I'm very humbled, and as a result I have a ton of new subscribers, so welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. So happy to have you, and big love to all of my existing subscribers and my regular viewers. I love you guys so much. You're so amazing. In fact, one of you, Lana from Canada, hold on, let me try and pick this up, sent me this beautiful deck. I received this morning. This is an Archetypes deck by the Wild Unknown. These beautiful round cards. It's an oracle deck, and I've not used it yet, but we're going to use it in today's readings. And it's just gorgeous. This was only available on pre-order. As I said, I didn't know it was out. It arrived this morning, and what a lovely surprise. So thank you so much. If you would like to spoil me with a deck of cards by way of gratitude for the videos I put out, then there is an Amazon wish list in the description box. I always appreciate your gifts. I love receiving cards. It's my favourite thing. You can also donate via PayPal if you prefer that, but I appreciate all of your contributions and all of your support. You guys are amazing. So we're going to get down to the reading today. This is a reading for Pisces, but it may resonate for you if you've got Pisces in your moon, rising or Venus, or you may just have a lot of Pisces in the rest of your natal chart. If you don't know how to look at your natal chart, you just need your date of birth and the time and place of birth. And then you can, I think Cafe Astrology offers a free natal chart. You can see what other signs are kind of in your other houses, and check out your natal chart as well to see which videos you ought to cross-watch. But this is for those of you with Pisces in your sun sign or any of your other signs. And just a reminder too that today is Halloween. Happy Halloween. And it's the last day of my special offer on Spirit Release Therapy, which is a 20% off offer when you buy Spirit Release for 2 people. So Spirit Release Therapy is a clinical alternative to a shamanistic practice. When I deliver this service, I work as a medium to check your energy, remove any dark attachments in your outer or inner etheric. There's a ton of checks on the protocol, but it's basically designed to make sure that you are sovereign. That is to say, you're in full possession of your soul and you've got nothing interfering with your energy. So it's particularly useful for twins, but you know, I do this service for non-twins, for children. It's helpful for everybody, particularly for people that are suffering from mental illness. So if you would like to take advantage of that coupon code before it expires tonight, you can find it on my YouTube community page. So if you click on my channel, you'll see a tab called Community, and that you can find the coupon code there. I do believe it's Halloween 20, all capitals. But you can go over there and check it out. And you can find information about how to book on my website, which is happysouls1111.com. Okay, so Pisces. We're going to look at what's the love forecast for you coming up from November 1st to November 15th. So I'll do another update mid-month. And we're just going to see, you know, what's happening with your person, what's happening in your connection, what do you need to know about what's coming, about how they're feeling and thinking, and how to move forward for your highest good. What is the forecast for you guys for November, early November? So we're going to use that archetype deck. But I'm going to pull first just to get a feel for the current energies in your connection. So what I'm seeing is we've got the Ace of Swords, we've got the 9 of Wands, we've got the 10 of Cups in reverse, we've got the Page of Cups. I'm going to get one more. This is the illest tarot. And we've got the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. So I feel like there's been some kind of truth spoken in your connection. And it's not the case that you're giving up. I'm feeling like you're saying not now. We've got the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. And I feel like, you know, you're reaching the conclusion that now is not a good time for union. And you may have let your person go completely, or you may just be engaging in some, you know, casual, light-hearted, fairly friendly communication. But I definitely feel like for now you've kind of put the idea of any kind of tangible union on hold. There's been, you know, you've spoken your truth, and, you know, you've decided that this connection isn't working for your highest good at the moment. So there's some kind of change that needs to happen before this connection can move forward, and that's just not happened. That cycle isn't closed. There could be a karmic for some of you, that your person is, when I say a karmic, this could be a third party. There could be someone else, a third party, and, you know, they do not feel like they can make a decision. So I feel like they're probably in quite a bad place as well with this, because we've got, you know, Death card is Scorpio, and we're in Scorpio season at the moment, and Scorpio is, you know, the sign of massive transformation, death and rebirth, out with the old, in with the new. And I feel like this person's resisting that transformation. We've got the Eight of Cups here, and, you know, whilst they may have resisted that that transformation to date, I do feel like with this Eight of Cups and this Nine of Wands, that this actually presents, you know, both of you an opportunity to go within and start working on your own ascension. And for you, Pisces, you know, I think this is a time of major shifts and ascension for you. I feel like this is almost like a second coming, like another awakening for you. But this person's definitely potentially still tied up with someone else. And I feel like you've come forward and said, I'm not doing that. You know, I can't do this anymore. I deserve more. I'm worth more. And this just isn't, you know, working for me anymore. And I feel like they're just not making any decisions about you or the other person. They're just kind of stuck. And I feel like they want to. You know, we've got two tens here, which are completion and union numbers. The Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles, they're both really powerful union cards. But with them both being in reverse, what I'm seeing is that the energies are on hold right now. As I said, this could be one of you or both of you that's kind of reached this conclusion of this just isn't going anywhere anymore. So let's have a look at how this person's feeling. We've got the Queen of Cups come out. That's Cancer energy. We've got the Page of Wands. What are they feeling and thinking? We've got the Six of Wands. We've got the Nine of Swords. This person just feels horribly unfulfilled, and I feel like they're really trapped in anxiety. For some of them, this may be a really serious dark night of the soul. The Queen of Cups is Cancer energy, but it also talks about, you know, self-love. And I feel like this person does care about you very deeply. The Page of Wands here, you know, I feel like, and look, the Three of Swords just fell out. So definitely a third party situation, I feel, with this person. For the Queen of Cups to come out, this could be Cancerian energy. The Page of Wands is fire, so it could also be a fire sign. But for some of you, this, you know, well, I think for most of you, this is going to mean that there's some third party situation and they're just not making a decision. They don't know what's going to be fulfilling. I feel like there's a lot of confusion. This person is very much emotionally divided, and they're also in a lot of pain. They're transmuting a lot of pain. They want to just, you know, be happy. They want to move forward and make a decision that's going to serve them in love, but they don't know what that decision is. But the anxiety is very real and very deep with this person. And with the Page of Wands, you know, I feel like they've just been kind of very fleeting, in and out with their communication, and they just don't feel like they have anything tangible to offer you right now. I feel like they're not in a place to be giving because they're just really wrapped up in their own anxiety and their own confusion. And with this Three of Swords, you know, this indicates a tremendous amount of heart pain. So, you know, if there's a third party here, I don't think this person's delivering very much of themselves to anybody. I feel like they're very much wrapped up in their own pain, and this decision that they're not ready to make is really weighing heavy on them. And there's a lot of self-worth issues indicated here. But I do think that this person is ready to make some changes. I'm going to clarify for that one. We've got Nine of Cups reversed. In order for them to make changes, they need to decide what they want. you know, they need to figure out what they're actually wishing for. And I feel like they just don't know at the moment, but they do know that they need to be in a better place they're in now. With the King of Pentacles, you know, this is the perfect husband material. It's quite funny, it's represented as Oprah Winfrey here. But, you know, they just want to be better in themselves. And I feel like this is probably why they're struggling to make a decision about you or this other person, because they just don't feel good enough for anything or anyone right now. So for them, they, you know, they could be trying to bring their 3D reality back into balance to make some decisions about how they can move forward for their own highest good, so that they feel like they have more to offer. So this person's definitely feeling held back by this kind of, I'm just getting a feeling of being stuck is what's coming through. So they're feeling, you know, very emotionally divided. I think they have feelings for you for sure with that Queen of Cups energy. You know, that's really beautiful, beautiful love, unconditional love. But, you know, I just feel like it's also buried deep and it's shrouded in confusion. We've also got the Emperor here. You know, the Emperor, of course, is divine masculine energy. It's the number of stability, balance, harmony. I feel like this is what they're trying to bring back for themselves. You know, this Emperor, King of Pentacles energy. I feel like this person's pride has been dented quite savagely by these kind of experiences of stress, anxiety. This could be depression or a really serious dark night of the soul. But you may have demonstrated a lack of understanding for this. You may have been frustrated and impatient. And, you know, I feel like you've said no, because this person isn't seeing the opportunity that's being presented to them here with this Four of Cups. They're just not, you know, there's no gratitude or appreciation from this person. I feel like they are just not in a good place to be able to actually accept any of the anything that's on the table. They're not ready for a new beginning. I feel like they do think a lot about coming forward with some kind of apology, some kind of offer, maybe even a gift, but they're not actually taking any action. They feel disabled right now by their own inner pain. So what can you expect from this person in the next couple of weeks, for the beginning of November, 1st to the 15th? Let's take a look. What can you expect from this person moving forward? So we've got the Ten of Swords, and I really feel like they're going to be going through those healing cycles and perhaps bringing, we've got another three in reverse. So we've had all the threes out now. Do we have all the threes out? 1, 3 of Wands, 3 of Swords. I'm sure the 3 of Cups came out, but I don't see it. So we've had 3 of the threes out. So I feel like they're going to say no to both situations. You know, that they'll be saying no to you, they'll be saying no to this other partner. This is a time for them to go within and to heal with this Ten of Swords energy, and this is healing really deep wounds. But I feel like they've identified now that they do need to make changes. You know, that King of Pentacles and the Emperor energy coming through strongly indicates that they want to bring themselves back into balance. They want to work on their worthiness. They want to work on their 3D life and stability, and trying to get some kind of balanced, stable routine back. The Queen of Wands, that's Pisces, Aries energy. So that's taking action, which is really positive here. This is taking action for their highest good. You know, Pisces, Aries energy is also very emotional and fiery and passionate. So, you know, it sounds to me like actually by relieving themselves of having to make a decision, this is going to empower them to turn all of this energy inwards so they can focus on themselves. They're definitely not focused on any union with you at the moment. They're not focused on these soul connections, on bringing, you know, any love into the equation right now. They need to focus on themselves. Of course, Queen of Wands is Pisces, Aries energy. So, you know, I feel like they're thinking about you, you're on their mind, but they're definitely not taking any action towards you or towards union or towards any kind of soul connection. They're enthused to take action for themselves, to start working through what's been happening. So let's see what their intentions are towards you. So we've got the Moon, we've got the Hierophant in reverse, we've got Justice in reverse, we've got the Chariot, and we've got Strength. Whew. Heavy cards here. So with the Moon, this person, you know, there's a lot of fear here. here. There's a lot of illusion. With the Hierophant in reverse, you know, this cycle of, this transition, this cycle of learning that they're going through is currently unresolved. And there's still unresolved karma for these people, for this person, before they can move forward. But I feel like they are gathering their strength. They're planning how to move forward. They're just very slow to do it, and they don't know what to do yet. But what I'm feeling is that once these energies of the Hierophant and Justice are unblocked, once these lessons start to seep through into their consciousness and that karma reaches its resolution, that they're going to be pushed by this very divine energy, the divine plan, to take action and come towards you. So I do feel like the next 2 weeks are going to be fairly transformative for this person. Let me just get a clarifier for these. What can we... Yes, so the wheel is turning. And, you know, this is the Wheel of Fortune here. So I feel like that's that cycle of, and that transition coming to a close, coming full cycle. With Justice here clarified by the Four of Swords. Pardon me. And again, we've had a lot of fours out. So there's a real need for this connection to be brought back into harmony and balance. And they're going to be really thinking long and hard about this karmic resolution. They're still... Oh, sorry. So I feel like that's going to release indecision. I feel like that's going to help them understand how to move forward, and they're going to feel powerfully compelled to do so. But it may not be fast. So I don't think you're going to see any action this side of November. But I think, and this is a very twinny card, so for those of you that are dealing with the twin flame connection, you know, I feel this is them. The Knight of Pentacles is all about strategizing, being creative, planning how to move forward. And, you know, I feel like whilst he's going to be thinking about what action to take, he's not actually going to be taking action. He's going to be building up his strength and, you know, trying to come up with a strong strategy or plan in terms of how to move forward and approach you. Because I feel like, Pisces, you've had enough. I feel like you've told this person you've had enough, and that you're in a pretty firm place in terms of how you're feeling about it. So what do you need to know to move forward? What's the advice for you, Pisces? We've got the 5, wow, we've got 2 5s in reverse. 5 of Swords and 5 of Pentacles. Wow, the 5 of Cups. This is mad. And the 4 of Pentacles. This is crazy. 5 is a very transitional number. It's the number of change. And for me, this is releasing conflict. This is releasing fear of rejection, fear of abandonment. This is coming in from the cold. This is releasing disappointment and regret. So I think, Pisces, you know, you've been really frustrated with this person. You've probably been feeling really hurt at their lack of attention, their lack of appreciation. And for you, this is about closing out those cycles and bringing yourself back into balance and harmony. You don't need to wait for them to do that. They're working on themselves. But I feel like for you, you're closing out all of these pain cycles. So, you know, this 1010 portal has probably brought you to a fairly painful place where loads of old triggers are coming up. Loads of old pain is coming up, and you're ready to transmute that now, is what I'm hearing. You're releasing and letting go of you know, any pain associated with conflict or feelings of defeat, and just, you know, you're releasing all of that. These lessons have been learned. You're releasing that fear of rejection and all of the pain surrounding rejection. You're coming in from out of the cold and, you know, warming yourself up again. And you're definitely releasing this pain and disappointment. And this is rebalancing both your mental, physical and emotional bodies. You know, this is really bringing yourself back into harmony. I feel like when you get to this point of bringing yourself back to stability, you're not going to move forward and taking action yourself from there. You'll be holding back and standing firm, you know, feeling back in control of yourself. You may feel a bit vulnerable in risking, you know, moving backwards or cycling backwards to this place where you were. We've got the Ace of Cups in reverse, which does indicate that you also need to focus on self-love at this time. You know, you need to make these next 2 weeks about you so that you can fully embrace these beautiful changes that are coming. I feel like this is a big release for you. Let's get some Oracle cards also. So we're going to use this new Archetypes deck. Now, I've got the book here because I've not actually used these yet. And I'm not that familiar with the cards. I can obviously read them intuitively, but I think it's nice to, if there's any that confuse me, we can have a quick look in the book, because I've not had a chance to read it yet. These aren't the easiest cards to shuffle, but I do love them. And they feel so beautiful in the hand. I quite like a round card. Okay. We have got the Mentor. We have got the Judge. We have got the Hunter. And I'm going to get, oh, I was going to say one more, but we've pulled out 3, so we'll keep them. Thanatos, no idea what that one is. We're going to need to look that one up. The Comic and the Mirror. So what I'm feeling is that you've been a kind of mentor teacher to this person. There's an owl here, so, and it's also the number 6, which is the number of love. And I think they really see you as being very wise and, you know, very just really smart and very emotionally intelligent. And I think they really value and appreciate that about you. They're judging themselves very harshly. And I do feel like, as I said, they're in this energy of perhaps deep depression, anxiety, or some kind of dark night of the soul. And they're judging themselves very harshly. And this is what awakening requires of us. It's that kind of the self-reflection that's required so that you can move forward. This is also a number 14, so it's, you know, it reduces to a number 5, which again, this is a powerful transition for them. They're facing their light and dark aspects. With the Hunter and this being number 9, I do feel like they're looking into the future, they're looking towards the light, and they are making decisions for themselves. They are, you know, they're definitely going to be coming to a place of perhaps not wish fulfillment, but coming to a place where they are actually ready to make some decisions and decide what exactly it is they're wishing for. Let's just have a look at Thanatos, because I don't know what that is. So that's what, 73. Thanatos 213. Death. Wow, so that's Scorpio energy. It's tempting to oversimplify death and sum it up as transformation, but the true archetypal resonance of Thanatos cannot be easily assimilated or contained. Death is ongoing and omnipresent, an eternal response to the gift of birth. Witnessing the ending of another being, creature, phase or stage has deep consequences for the psyche. We are forever changed by Thanatos as it sweeps us under its wings, making us relinquish control in every form. It leaves a mark of ash upon our heart, signifying we have touched the cusp of the underworld and will return to the land of the living eventually. With more compassion and wisdom to share, this capacity is needed in our world. One who has faced the annihilation of Thanatos can face anything. When this card appears, it signifies an initiation into the underworld. And it says that it represents grieving, mourning, bearing witness to all that is, fear or insensitivity, illness or the dying. So, you know, this is transformation. This is powerful Scorpio energy of that, you know, going to the underworld so you can rise like a phoenix and be reborn out of the ashes. So, you know, for this person, I do feel like you have been a catalyst for their understanding of love. You know, as a result of this, they are judging themselves quite harshly. They're seeing the light. They're making decisions about how to move forward, and they're rising up from that underworld. They're rising up from that death. This is Scorpio season, so this is very relevant right now. The Comic is a beautiful, light-hearted card for me. It's the number 26, which reduces to 8, and this is about returning to a much more light-hearted and kind of balanced, fun energy. You know, we've got all of the colours of the chakras indicated here, and I feel like this is about bringing back into balance after this dark period and of them really beginning to feel better. The Mirror, this is number 68. So that's 14, that's also a 5. So I feel like, you know, this is a very twinny reading for a lot of you. I mean, I know I have a lot of subscribers that are twin flames, but for a lot of you, you know, you really have shone a mirror at this person so they can face that light and dark aspect of themselves. And, you know, there's also a moon here. And this looks like a kind of portal opening of green energy, which is heart energy. And I feel like, you know, the mirror you've shined up has allowed them to open their heart. It's allowed them to tap into their own intuition and ultimately to face the light and, begin healing, but they're definitely going through a pretty dark transformation at the moment. So I feel like you've probably taken their absences and their silences or their rejection of you fairly personally, but you don't need to do that. You know, you just need to understand that this is a cycle they're working through, and yes, you know, there is a third party that they still may need to make decisions about. In fact, let's pull some clarifiers on that for you as well. So what do we need to know about this third party? I'm going to use a different deck. What do we need to know about this karmic partner or third party that they're making decisions about? What do we need to know about this? So we've got the Three of Cups in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, we've got the Five of Wands in reverse, the Hermit in reverse, and the Fool in reverse. So I'm feeling like this person, this is why they've kind of detached. They don't want to be in a third party situation with anybody. I feel like, you know, there's a lot of guilt and shame surrounding that, but likewise that karmic wheel hasn't turned for them as far as this connection is concerned. There's still some shadow aspects that need to be worked through between them. So with the Hermit in reverse here, they're not seeing that yet. They haven't got that inner sense of stillness and peace to have any real clarity over this situation, and therefore they're not ready to move away from it. They're not ready to make that new start. So what can we expect from this connection between your person and a third party for the first 2 weeks of November? What's coming for them? So with the Two of Cups reversed, we've got the World reversed, we've got the Knight of Pentacles, we've got the Three of Wands, and we've got the Nine of Mirrors. So I do feel like they're not exactly jumping into a relationship with this person or you. You know, I do feel like this period of transition is going to require them to be on their own. But with the Two of Cups in reverse, you know, that's a pretty clear sign that they are going to be rejecting a connection with that person, and probably you also at this time. I don't think they're in a place to do that. The World does tell us, however, the word in reverse does tell us that it's not quite over. Again, we've got two cards here that can be associated with endings. And I feel like, much like they're thinking about how to kind of come forward with you, that they're still under these illusions that they need. And this is called the Illusionist in this deck, this card, that perhaps if only they could figure out how to release all these shadow aspects in their connection, they could make it work and bring peace back to the connection. So I feel like they are giving it a lot of thought. We've also got another three here. This is the Three of Wands. So let me get a clarifier for the Three of Wands. Right, two came out. 10 of Cups and 5 of Cups. Sorry, 10 of Pentacles and 5 of Cups. So I'm on the fence with this one, and I think they're going to be as well. I think what they want and what they're going to get are two very different things, because there's a lot of sadness, disappointment, and there's a lot of mirrors showing up in these cards. You know, these two swans have mirrors around their necks. There's mirrors in this Three of Cups here. They're actually called mirrors in this deck, but this Five of Cups is surrounded by mirrors, 5 being that transitional number. The 10 of Pentacles, I think they want... Honestly, I mean, I know this is bad news, Pisces, but I really feel like they're very much focused on a future with this person. Just as I say that, we've got the 10 of Cups come up also, and the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. So I feel like they are focused on some kind of future with this person, but I don't know that, you know, with the 9 of Cups in reverse, I don't feel like they're going to get their wish. And this is because with the 7 of Swords, that's not the right strategy for them. They're not understanding with this Devil card that this is a really toxic, codependent connection, but likewise, they're not ready to let it go. They've idealized this connection in quite a powerful way. And I feel like, you know, it's going to remain elusive because they're still under these illusions about what it is or what it could be. They've not identified those shadow aspects. So honestly, I don't see that they're going to reach any resolution or close out any cycles with either you, this person, or within themselves in the coming 2 weeks. I think this person is very confused. They're at a crossroads for sure, and they're really feeling that burden. They're really feeling that burden of... you know, they feel like they need to take action, they feel like they need to take a decision, but they're powerless to do so. And we've got the 6 of Wands in reverse there. You know, they are not feeling remotely victorious. So in a nutshell, having looked at your own connection with this person and this connection they have with a third party, I feel like this person's very wrapped up in their own judgment, in their own shadow aspects, in their own, rising up out of the ashes, in their own inner journey work. Their heart is opening, that mirror's being shined up at them. They are seeing the light. They're starting to see a way forward. I feel like they swing between wanting to take action between one or the other, but just cannot make up their minds. We've also got forgiveness coming up here. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream and imagine. So I feel like this person is just really beating themselves up. It says also embrace. Through each other you find the missing pieces. And when you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. I feel like you are the missing piece for them, and they want to embrace that. And they're probably really confused, because I feel like they know this karmic connection is toxic with this devil card here, but they just don't know how to release themselves from it. And that's because they're not doing that inner shadow work. They're facing it, and I feel like it's raining down on them really hard, but they just don't know how to release themselves from it. They know it's wrong, but they just don't know how to release themselves from it. So let's get some romance angel cards for you guys as well. I don't normally use this deck because honestly I think Doreen Virtue's a bit of a dick. She made her millions from creating oracle cards, and then she denounced spirituality in favour of born-again Christianism and decided that anyone that uses oracle cards are sinners. So I don't normally use her cards anymore. I certainly don't use them in my videos because I don't want to promote her, shall we say, somewhat judgmental ethos. But they have their place, these cards. It is quite a good deck, as much as I hate to admit it. So let's get some messages for what we can leave you with here, Pisces, because this has been quite a triggering reading, I feel. It's been quite a harsh. So this person is a soulmate. Yeah, there's a really deep soul connection here. I do feel like they're aware of that also. But as I said, they're powerless to take action right now. They're trapped in their own pain. They're trapped in their own indecision. And they're still resolving all of these shadow aspects of self. And until they do that, they're not going to be able to make healthy decisions for themselves or leave any toxic patterns and behaviours behind. So they just feel very stuck right now. We've got past life relationships, so you've definitely known each other before. This is a really intense connection that you have, and I feel like they know this. We've also got deception. This person's wearing a mask. They're not being them true selves. They probably haven't spoken to you about this third party, and to be fair, I don't think anything is happening with this third party. I just don't think they can let them go, and I think this is what's holding them back from coming towards you, because they're stuck in this indecisive limbo stage. So they're definitely not being honest with you. There's we've had the Seven of Swords out as well. There's an element of sneakiness going on here. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other, heart-to-heart conversations. I feel like at least in the next couple of weeks this person may come forward and offer you some kind of reassurance, but I'm also getting a sneaky energy here of them just wanting to keep you parked whilst they make a decision. So just be mindful of that. I think you've made a decision, you've spoken your truth, and you've made a decision to focus on yourself, and I think that was a wise one. And this is an opportunity for you to continue healing self, focusing on self, and to just give this person the space they need to work out their karma and to work out their shadows. We're going to get two more of these as a final life purpose. So that's where you need to focus right now, Pisces. You need to focus on your beautiful mission, yin and yang, which is that masculine, feminine energy. Everything's going to come back into balance and divine timing. And so long as you're facing true north, you're embracing the unconditional love that flows through and from you. You're embracing your own peace. You're focused on your own healing, your own mission. I feel like, this wheel's going to come back and it's going to turn, and it's going to bring everything back into balance in perfect timing. So in reality, you don't need to take any action right now. You just need to focus on yourself and to leave this person to focus on themselves and sort out their stuff. You've made the right decision in speaking your truth and detaching yourself from this situation. I really hope that helped. If it did, please do hit the like button. It makes such a tremendous difference to my channel. YouTube does promote your videos based on engagement, so even if you didn't like it, you can hit the downvote button, and that helps me too. But I really do appreciate you taking the time to do that. And as always, if you would like to book a private reading with me, you can do that by going to happysouls1111.com. You can find me on Instagram at happysouls1111, and you can also find me on Facebook, where I've got a networking group for ascending souls. So if you need some support on this journey, you can head over there. There's a link in the description box below. So thank you so much for joining me, Pisces. I'll see you next time.